Hello again, folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. I'm your Game Master Darius. I really hope that there's no real problem with my microphone right now, because Windows 8 updates happened. Yay! Anyways, last we left off, why are you... Oh, sure. Right. Last we left off, we were in Xianban Log, and I might have semi-forgotten what has happened. Right, there were the ruins. I went through them in the back, deal with the problem. Kira had threatened me some. I thought that I was going to get down into the Twin Elms from here. Let's see, journal. Speak to the head warden. Right, and we were gonna head back to Brackenbury to deal with whatever problem is over there.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Yeah, maybe my party should actually pay attention when I'm clicking the buttons. Seriously. I won't lie, I've kind of been distracted by other games as of late. Not pillars. After several attempts, lords... Oh, God. A hired thug impersonating this Fev dealer who owned a debt to his supplier. Yes? This is not new information, game.
Don't bother the caddy, Tamak. You'd have better odds against a Stelgar.
Yeah, this is not a new information game, I know. Was there... I read that rather fast. Was there new information about it? I found near it in the Copperlight. Personing this theft dealer who owed a debt to the supplier. Using the identity to sell theft. Okay. Were we interrogating him? Which one was the sanitarium? That one. Oh, hi. Assassins. Well. Not the best paid assassins, apparently. I was wondering how long it was going to be until I was had assassins put against my team. Written on this scrap of parchment is a concise but detailed description of you, including your name, your distinguishing features, and everyone you're known to have associated with in your brief time in Direwood. Well, that's not too reassuring. But hey, at least they had a lot of random loot. Alright. I'm going to assume that the person that we need to talk to is someone that is here by choice. Was a sanitarium, right? Oh, wrong one. Brackenbury Sanitarium. Confer with the head warden about how to proceed with my search for the living here. I'm in good standing with these guys, right? Not Nans. Ethelboy. Alright. Thank you, statue, for telling me who the head warden is. Oh, wait. Well-maintained statue of a middle-aged man presides over the room, looks down, unblinking over a bustle of harried academics, pestered by the hopeful or desperate. Oh, I didn't say I could do that. A strong warmth emanates from it as that you could sense from across the room. There is a human soul stored beneath the stonework. you feel its attention turn towards you. Oh, hello. It's been some time since the Watcher graced these halls. His voice echoes deeply, rumbling the floor beneath you. I'm envious of your natural insights, traveler. I can only imagine how it might have helped my work in life. Now, what is it that brought you to my sanitarium? I'm curious as to how you came to be in your present state. In a statute, mean, well, I was old, and it seemed wrong to me, a lifetime spent in pursuit of discovery, only to lose it all in depths. Somewhere, someday, I would wake up in a new body, none the wiser, and pursue a different course entirely, all that experience wasted. If you are ever to unearth the principles behind our existence, it will be in spite of our condition. Of that I'm quite sure. To live on as part of something I helped build seemed to be a better legacy than what nature had in store. The transfer itself was quite simple as our techniques go, and for that I am grateful. Playing with souls is far easier to accept when they are not your own. I do miss being able to take an active role in the scholarly efforts here. Now and again, one of our animancers will humor me and consult over some problem, but they are a jealous breed and are too often afraid to collaborate. If you are considering it yourself, I can tell you that it isn't for the easily bored. Okay, but that's ingenious. Like, yeah, no, that is like the one problem with the human condition. What use is your ability to spread knowledge if you're just gonna keel over at some point, right? You may have a member of the London Keyard missed. I could have done without hearing that today. Many of their intrusions have been into our affairs. Of course, one can seldom be certain whether they've meddled or whether calamity has struck on its own, but a few of their less skilled infiltrators have been exposed from time to time. They are a perpetual nuisance. Once again, I'm reminded of how envious I am of your gifts. I suspect they would be of some use in verifying one's identity. You are at odds with the London Key as well, I take it? They're up to something, but I'm trying to determine what. They're always up to something. Of that you can be rest assured. If their plots have come to involve you, you have my sympathies. Do you have some idea who this person might be? I suspect it's a patient. Very well. In that case, I would recommend you speak first with our resident animancers. They have frequent interactions with both patients and colleagues. You'll find them up here or in their offices downstairs. You will report anything suspicious to me immediately. That is my only request. Yeah, no, that's actually pretty cool. Let's see. Animancer. I've been able to go down here just fine. Oh, pardon me. I did that thing where I slept too long, and my body is still going, yeah, no, you're still sleepy. And their offices are down here? Something else you need? Modred.
Gods keep you.
Yes. Quick man, don't touch anything. Alright. I know I've spoken to a couple of these individuals. But you, Ripley.
Well met, friend.
A young Orlan woman traces her fingers along the spines of the books in front of her, row by row, her missions quick and skittish like a bird's. She does not notice you until you are nearly upon her. Oh my, you startle me. Are you supposed to be in here? What do you do here? Mostly help Master Azo help set up and clean his equipment. I also keep his office organized since he's too busy to do it himself. Hold up a second.
Greetings.
I'm investigating any suspicious activity. Oh, I'm just Master Azo's assistant. He'd know more about that, but he's in the middle of an experiment. I'm being busy with some patients. Won't be able to see him until he comes out from the patient ward. There's nothing else. I need to get back to work. Is he busy with patients, or is he running some sort of experiment? I'm just an assistant. It's not my place to gossip. I'm sorry. But I would get into the patient ward. Only Master Azo has access. I guess Head Warden Ethelmore does too, but he's, a statue. I mean, method B would be violence. Oh. I earned a lot of money in Texas. I guess I'm using that to protect the people of the... Protect the people of the land and all that fun stuff. Lost 31 copper to bandits. The Earl collected 309. I earned 1752. God damn. But yeah, highly suspicious of
Good day, stranger.
the assistant. Have you learned anything of interest? Maybe. Is Caden Nazo running experiments on the patients here? Experiments? Cademan Nazo is in charge of the patient welfare now. He's not authorized to run any more experiments. I am disappointed in Cademan. I'd hoped he'd be one to guide your inquiry. He'll be in his office or in the patient wards. I'm granting you immediate access so you can find him. No doubt you will wish to speak to him further on this matter. I for one am curious as to what he might have to say. Tread carefully in the wards. There are a few dangerous cases. I would also ask that you do your best not to agitate the patients. They have quite enough troubles as it is. So don't piss off the patients. Do not agitate the patients. Do not make light of the patients' trials and tribulations. I have access. Yeah, I was thinking that I was going to be... I wonder if I can talk to Ripley about anything fun. Oh god.
Greetings.
Nope. And then we go to the wards. Must have spent all their copper on the upstairs. That's a flesh construct. Yeah, I got a feeling this is gonna end terribly. The curved spine twists this woman's posture forward, her greasy hair draped over her large eyes like vines. She smiles at you. You must be visiting someone. Then, noting your appearance, she adds, a friendly visit, I hope. What do you know of this animancer Azo? Oh, I like him very much. Many animancers could care less about their patients. Look at us like vermin for their experiments, but Master Azo treats us like humans, even the very sick. You can tell he does this to help people. He's helped me understand a great deal about myself, and I know he's done the same for others. It's too bad what they did to him. He hides it well, but he's still affected by it. What happened? Frail's eyes dart back and forth, and her voice lowers to just above a whisper. I don't like to talk about it, but there was an accident. He was said to be one of the brightest in Direwood. That was his reputation here, and that was what brought me to seek treatment. People say it was ego that drove him to try and solve the legacy. Oh no. But that's hogwash. Even if he was a bit of a showman, he loves his homeland. He thought he could help. He wasn't one to speak of his work, suspected his colleagues might have tried to steal it, but he told me once that he had figured out a way to create a soul. Not a soul exactly, mind you. How did he put it? A proxy, I think he called it. I had some machine that drew energy out from the very ether. Can you imagine? Point is, it was going to help with the legacy. It was going to make Hollowborn into something easier to love and care for. Gods know that's something we need. You know what they call those empty little babies in Andra's gifts? Nope. They call them buoys, because so many of them are found floating face down in the water. These are mad times. Her grieving mother hands fly to her ears, and her mouth frames a silent scream. Only her mind speaks. Evils that magnify tragedies. This is what we must stop. Anyways, Master Azo has scheduled a public demonstration of his work in Copper Lane. He was so excited. And then the next day he was locked in his office, turned away visitors, I heard, and he stopped seeing patients. I don't know what exactly had happened, and I don't have the heart to ask him, but I'm glad they're letting him treat people again. Do you know where I might find him? I think I've seen him around today. Have you checked the laboratory? It shares a wall with his office. He's spending most of his time there lately. Have any of the patients been acting unusual? Well, there's Pitaxia, who relives a murder who she committed more than 5 lifetimes ago. Edelman, who they say only has half a soul and who was found collecting the faces of others because he believed his own to be a false one. Graham, he speaks in a language no one understands and wails at night sometimes. Different from their normal behavior, I mean. Well, yes, I suppose, but nothing they didn't volunteer for. Master Azo let us know that the number of patients in the North Ward had volunteered for a new therapy and would be escorted to his laboratory to receive treatment. The North Ward has our most troubled cases. I'm glad some of them have chosen to get help. It seems to me it's gotten quieter over there since it started. It's Graham I see them taking in the most. He struggles, but he's always was a bit of a wild one. Yeah, that's a special case. Would I be able to visit the North Ward? They like to keep them separate. I don't know that I've ever seen the guards allow a visitor. Just ask Azo. Just ask Master Azo. You might ask him. He's very sympathetic. But what are you in here for? Behind her hair, her cheeks flush. I don't want to say. You'll think less of me. Ah, yes, turn flirty. That's the way to now. I'm listening. These last few years haven't been kind to me. They haven't been kind to anyone, really. I try not to think of it as personal. I lost my husband and both boys in the Saints' War. My daughter, the legacy took her before she was ever mine. I made do. What else can I do? I moved into a tiny place in Andra's gift, got by mending clothes and on the kindness of strangers when I had to. But I was surviving and the gods were watching over me. I could live with that. Then one day this noblewoman comes in, wants this fancy gown fixed. Gorgeous thing. This shade of blue I've never seen before. Only I looked at it and it reminded me of something. I had what they call an awakening. I remembered being a noblewoman myself in another life. People doting over me. Men doting over me. Me. The best food, the most beautiful home, all the things you'd ever dare to dream of, they were mine. It was poison knowing that. All those things I had, I'll never have in this life. It did something to me. My food started to taste rotten. The walls in my little room seemed to close in around me. I stopped being able to sleep in my own bed. So I came here. Was that or break into an estate and start ordering servants around? It seems like such a silly thing to worry about. You don't have to tell me. But I can't get past it. And I start to wonder, did the gods choose this life for me? And if so, what terrible thing must I have done to deserve it? Man, this is a hard one to go through. Like, yes, your previous life, your soul had experienced these wonderful things. And now you're in a life where that's not going to happen more than likely. Maybe the gods took offense to your overindulgence? Maybe they did. I wish I had known back when I was noble. Maybe I'd have done things differently. Investigate Graham in the North Ward. All poultry. I'm going to assume that that poultry was cooked. Because boy howdy. I can't imagine that they would be terribly, alright. They just left an uncooked poultry. All the salmonella. It's always a little funky when I think about it. When it comes to fantasy RPGs and the like, and whether or not they would know of certain things. Like, yes. They speak of animancy, of magics, of being able to manipulate the soul. And then they also have things like oh, 1 second. And then they have things like, oh, this is salmonella. Is the salmon... Are they aware of salmonella?
It's done.
Do they know salmonella is bad? That's a new mace. With damaging 3. Far accuracy when attacked the same, yep. So that's Azo. Let's not bother him just yet. I want to explore. Oh, this is quick. Okay. Hello, fleshy construct. More lockpicks. How big is this? Jesus, this place is huge. Wow. Poison Spirit Ward. Totally not stealing around the place. I don't know what you're talking about. Gods, though, yeah, there's just moments in this game where it feels like they really should have had some music playing or something. Ambience. I'd kill for some ambience. Hello. White wave. That's a patient. Patient. Empty room. Empty room. I kind of want to see about this Graham individual first. And that leads to the North Ward more than likely. Oh, balls. I can't get into there, which means I probably have to talk to the doctor first. Right. See how badly this is going to turn out. A round-faced, balding man turns to face you. His upper lip is pulled upward toward slightly by his pointed nose, exposing his upper teeth when he scowls.
What is the meaning of this?
Ethelmore told me you're not supposed to be doing any more experiments. Yes, well, Ethelmore hasn't done much good for anyone since he had his soul moved into an inanimate object, so I fail to see why I should let that sway me. If animancers all follow the commands of their leaders, where would we be? We'd all be as backward and willfully ignorant as Red Ceres. We would know nothing about life or death or even ourselves. We would be lost in the dark with no clue as to why. You know, it still seems to me we're still in the dark.
Is that a reason to stop trying? Shall we remain in the dark until the end of time and have the last breath of the last person alive be breathed in ignorance? The gods want us to know. The clues are all around us. In understanding these truths, we honor their creation.
Well, let's touch this one. Aravius chirps from behind you before adding with a whisper, I get the feeling he doesn't know it. He nods to Azo, touching his eye patch in salute. If we only studied the easy problems, we'd accomplish little and deserve even less.
Who will solve Widewen's legacy? Some church? Some warrior? It will be an animancer, or it will be no one at all.
Have you tried your experiments on any other subjects? I have, yes. No point in lying about it, now that Ethelmore's involved. I asked for volunteers from our patients, and a few brave souls came forward. I was very close at one time to a breakthrough. They understood that. They understood their sacrifices would mean something. So I heard you were demoted. How'd that happen? His nostrils flare and he bares his upper teeth more broadly. That's none of your concern. Did one of the others put you up to this? Audemars? That smug weasel. Things went wrong. Everything. I didn't know how. I'll never know. He spits on the floor as if to remove a bitter taste from his mouth. Well, I'd like access to the North Ward. Out of the question. Those patients are in isolation for a reason. Your forehead seems damp all of a sudden. Perhaps I should discuss your insubordination with the head warden.
You smug cretin. How dare you come down here and meddle? You have no idea the importance of my research.
Balls up his fist and digs his teeth into his index finger. A growl simmering beneath his breath and a deep scowl compressing his face.
Fine. Speak to them for all the good it'll do you. I'm sure the discussions will be fascinating.
He pulls a heavy key from one of his pockets and nearly slams it down on the floor before handing it to you. Have we done that? The quest that involves finding who's a Medusa?
It's done.
Oh, hello. Lad Golan. Wolfheart is said to have been blessed by the Lord of the Hunt himself. A human hunter showing skill with a bow and arrow beyond any before seen caught Galawain's attention one day. Galawain proposed a bargain. The hunter could best him in a hunting contest. Galawain would present her with the armor that could bestow upon her the power of a wolf. For a week, both hunters tracked their respective quarry through the woods, and when the contest was ended, the hunter had felled the most game. True to his word, Galawain presented her with Wolfheart, which gave her the crafty and evasive nature of its namesake. Damn. Less stun duration, knockdown duration, better defense against stunned and while prone, and a pretty decent damage reduction. Alright. Watch us never end up using it. I feel like most of these episodes sometimes just are going back and forth, shut up phone, talking with people for permission to do things. In this case, walking back and forth and asking permission to enter a new place. Oh, the door was over here. Shut up. What's that? The North Ward is to the north? No way. But I'm going to go ahead, save, and call an episode here. When we return, what episode? Oh, right. Neat. Anyways, when we return, we're going to check out the North Ward, see who is doing what, and perhaps try not to piss off some of the patients within. That'd be a nice idea. Thank you everyone so very much for watching. I hope you're all enjoying the series as much as I'm enjoying playing it. And as always, I hope to see you all in the next video. Take care. Cheers.